Hi everyone, what do we know about the iceberg concept? What about ancestral worship in Vietnam? I've done all the hard work for you, so strap in and let's go. Culture is exactly like an iceberg. Above the water represents the physical manifestations of culture, things that we can see, such as rituals, architecture, traditions, and customs. But what lies underneath the surface? There's a lot of elements to culture that cannot simply be observed. Elements like values, beliefs, philosophy, religion, and even mindsets. In this video, we'll be zeroing in on ancestral worship culture in Vietnam. Ancestral worship is a traditional Vietnamese practice dating back to the Chinese occupation in Vietnam from 111 BC to 938 AD, times when Confucianism and patriarchy was a common belief for the Chinese men. The Vietnamese learned from the Chinese and adopted the deep-rooted filial piety. Over time, this intangible value grew stronger, to the point where they started establishing ancestral altars within their own homes. Like the one on screen right now. The practice serves as a reminder of their own blood, history, and ancestry. It is based on the notion that living people have a spiritual connection to their ancestors. They believe that the spirits of their ancestors are always watching over them throughout their lives, like a spirit guardian of sorts. Significant days such as Lunar New Year or Tết Nguyên Tiêu in Vietnam, the Vietnamese believe that the spirits of their ancestors are able to come down and join the family in their celebrations. They would worship and offer presents to their ancestors at the ancestral altars, with things such as wine, lanterns, incense, and even fruits and meat. As a symbol of desire, fruits such as pomelos, bananas, and persimmons are often used in this procedure. A branch of warm pink peach blossoms can also be used to adorn the altar in order to ward off evil spirits and ill luck. Let's bring it back to the iceberg concept. It's time to summarize what we've learned about ancestral worship in Vietnam. We've covered ancestral altars, which fits nicely into the visible half of the iceberg. Alongside the altar, we've discovered that they're the physical manifestation of the strong sense of filial piety boasted by the Vietnamese. This goes right here, in the invisible section. There was also the Lunar New Year festival, where the Vietnamese place special offerings on their ancestor altars and light up lanterns. This festival is viewed as an opportunity to spend time with family, those alive and those who have passed. The special offerings that come in the form of fruits also serve as symbols of desire to appease their ancestors. That just about sums up our investigation on a single aspect of Vietnamese culture. We mustn't forget that ancestral worship is an integral part of their rich history. It's a tradition that is comprised of both visible and invisible dimensions of the cultural iceberg. Through conducting this study, I've learned heaps about the Vietnamese culture, and I also got to appreciate it firsthand during my visit to Da Nang during the Flag Week. It's encouraged me to think deeper and look further into different cultures to further appreciate each and every one of them.